Hey there, everybody. It's Angelo. I'm back. It is 9 o'clock. I tried to record a video at 8:30, and unfortunately, we lost that. And then I tried to record one at about 8:45, and we lost them as well because my storage on my laptop is starting to go. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do regarding that. I'm gonna have to do a massive offload of all of that. But before we get into that, as well as all the other stuff that's going on, do me a huge favor: subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all that good stuff. Let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what you guys are interested in, what you guys want me to talk about. Um, and just help me out with this journey. I'm trying to be creative and entertaining, and I think you guys can be a great help of that. um, that being said, gonna really get into what's going on today. Today we had a pretty cold day. Wasn't terribly cold. Yesterday was pretty bad. However, today towards the night actually coming, it started to drizzle. Now it's raining, and from what I understand, it's supposed to snow possibly. I don't think it's going to be anything that sticks to the ground from what I was told based on last forecast, but it shows the sign that we're looking for a rough winter again. It's been a while since we've had one of those types of winters. So I don't know if I'm excited, if I'm nervous, anything like that. I think I'm just more surprised that the weather has finally started to kick up and I guess live up to its potential that we are used to dealing with in the Northeast. So yeah, just hanging out at the house. I am still struggling with sleeping a little bit. Got a little bit more rest than yesterday and the day before, but I'm still struggling with my body just deciding to be like, all right, we're done. We slept for an hour and a half or less. Time to just wake up for the rest of the day, and then my body wanting to fail and crash since I'm, at home and I'm not, uh, I would say, actively working and contributing to the workforce. And with that being said, that's what I wanted to transition into. I was talking about this earlier, and it related to trying to find a full time position that I am qualified for, and I've found multiple positions that are considered entry level or minimal experience, and asking for the degree that I have or just some of the experience that I have. And I'm still struggling to see any luck from that. I've heard of people being unemployed for over a year. I am been unemployed, I guess, from my last position, my last job that I was doing independently, February of this earlier this year. So I'm looking at almost 10 months right now, which is kind of disappointing. Maybe over 10 months now. So yeah, it wears on you, and then you start to doubt yourself. You doubt if you have the qualifications. You give yourself kind of the imposter syndrome of, should I apply to this because I don't seem to be making it, and therefore I shouldn't fit this position. However, I think that that is something you have to overcome, and I'm working on it. I've retuned my resume. I just have to force myself to get a little bit out of my comfort zone and just apply to more positions because I feel like I'm restricting myself to this one little tunnel zone where I really do have a very wide span of different windows that I could explore regarding work and things of that nature. I have a kind of an unconventional background, and I think that when that goes through a recruitment system, when they're looking for applicants, it kicks me out a lot. I started working with electrical when I was very young, So I have about 10 years of experience, full and part time. And so when they see when I graduated college, what I majored in, how long I worked in something completely different, um, some of them either think I guess I'm lying, I'm not qualified because I worked in this other field much longer. What would you have any, I guess, knowledge of what we're trying to understand here? And surprisingly, it has taught me a lot. It has taught me a lot about dealing with different types of people, how to communicate certain issues to individuals who may not otherwise necessarily understand the issue at hand. And I think that that's important to understand because it's a very underrated skill. Communication is super important, and the fact that a lot of these employers don't see that, sure, I may worked in electrical for about 10 years now, on and off, and I was doing it full time when I wasn't in college. When I was out of college for like a year and a half, I was doing that full time, and then I went over to retail because it's slowed down, and right now it's still slow, and I'm really only working very basically at per diem rate. So I kind of have to get that imposter syndrome off my back, use the skills that I've learned in all of these other fields, as well as advertise myself and say that, I am legit at what I majored in. I am qualified. I may be young. I may have experience in other non traditional backgrounds, but I am your person for this position. And I think that a lot of places have a hard time taking that jump. From what I've heard, some places don't even really, um, I guess, train anymore. They kind of just assume that you'll pick up where the last person left off, or they'll just explain it to you how they were trained, and that person was explained to how to do a position like that from another individual 10 years ago, and there's never really any more legitimate training. But with that being said, we're gonna keep pushing forward. Gonna, be brave about it. Like I said, you can overcome tremendous things. No matter who you are, you can overcome tremendous obstacles. You could be one of those people that does something great. Um, and I'm rooting for you. And that, with that being said, keep fighting the good fight. Don't give up. Keep pushing. I'm not quitting. We're gonna keep moving, and I will talk to you all very soon. Have a good one.